Hello world, how y'all doing out there? My name is King Malachi from Orangeburg, South Carolina. I'm Hebrew, originally from the Middle East. Grew up in America in South Carolina. My father's side from Bogalusa, Louisiana. I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been here about 16 years. I'm a member of the Dungeon family, Dungeonese. First, I was a dancer in hip hop. I danced behind the MCs. So, like, if you saw groups like Brand Nubians, if you saw Cool G Rap and EPMD, Big Daddy Kane, and those type of dances that they had in the background behind them, that's how I used to get down. I was one of those cats first before I rose to power of the MC. So it's like I was a singer, dancer, rapper, and then I grew and my skill level rose and I became an MC. Just Run DMC, man. You know what I mean? Like, I love Run's presence on stage, how he commands the stage and their dress code, the leather Adidas suits, the fedora hats, the Adidas, the gold chains and all of that, you know what I mean? And, like, Run was just like powerful, you know what I'm saying? I love the group, you know what I'm saying? The whole package and all that. But like just Run just owns the stage, and it's like I took a piece of that in myself and added that to who I am to this day, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely a general commander on stage. I own the stage whenever I'm upon it. So, I learned from brothers like Kane, brothers like LL, brothers like, Chuck D, I'm talking about KRS-One. These are my influences, like when it just came to being on stage and just being like, bow, Busta Rhymes, you know what I'm saying, DMX, you know what I mean? Tupac, you feel me? It's just certain people, and they just had this presence when they step on stage. And even though like Biggie didn't do a lot of dancing around, a whole lot of movement, he just had this bow, this presence on stage, you know what I mean? So, I pull from all of those energies, Shows made me famous, not the radio, not club, not the internet, you know what I'm saying? Even though those are all beautiful mediums to express yourself, but it's like I've done a billion open mics. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got my weight up. And I used to sing in the streets for quarters from Atlanta on the train at MARTA stations, Little 5 Points, and in New York City as well. I used to be on 42nd and 8th Avenue. I used to be on St. Nick and 8th. You know what I mean? I used to be all over New York on the train and in the subway system, singing. I was a part of a group called Finesse. We from South Carolina. We left, went up there, got a deal, and I got on with Eric Sermon and Steven Spielberg on DreamWorks Records in California. And so that was, thanks to Bernard Alexander, who mediated that. The record division, or that black music division, I guess it wasn't doing what they necessarily wanted to do, and it got dispersed. And so at that time, when we lost our deal, or they just dropped that whole situation, my group, we scattered, you know what I mean? And that's when I really became solo. And that's when I first performed at Apache Cafe here in Atlanta, Georgia, which is like, equivalent to like the Cotton Club and the Harlem Renaissance, you know what I mean? It's like the centerpiece of the city when it comes to the black musical arts. You know what I mean? So, when they had a spread in on Airtran magazine, the airline, Airtran, and they had me as the face of the Apache. So, to some degree, that's a part of my work and, hard just grinding out here and doing what I do, you know what I mean? I've been very consistent, and just writing my own music, man. It's just been a blessing for me, I've worked with artists like, Tupac Outlaws, Naughty by Nature, Jodeci, Puffy, the list goes on. I was around when Usher was making his first album with Puff. I've been around for a while. I'm not a new jack to this, you know what I mean? That work with, George Clinton, Master P, Mystical, Silk the Shocker, Organized Noise, who's the original producers of Outkast, Goody Mob. My mom, she was the lead singer in church, and me and my brother used to sing backgrounds for her in church, you know what I'm saying, for as far as the tenor section, probably one or two other guys, but mainly me and my brother was holding it down in the background, my little brother, right? And at first, I was really going hard playing ball. I thought I was going to the NBA, point guard, but I got kicked out of school in the 9th grade. I didn't finish that process. And my mom made me stop playing ball and forced me to start singing more in church. And then at 14, I formed a singing group called Finesse. And it was just like, once the singing group, formed or whatever, it made me want to sing in church more, because now I'm loving that whole process. Because, you was looked at as soft singing in church. You was looked at as soft singing in the school choir. Me and my man Mimi Green, we was like what they would consider like some of the first popular dudes who was known as cool and getting a lot of girls and like to dress fly and all that on the choir. You know what I'm saying? We made being on the choir fly. You know what I'm saying? And so, my first show ever in high school, was the Miss Expo pageant. And we were singing Always and Forever. And it was me, Mimi Green, and Mark Danner, who's a preacher now. And they were so shocked that me and Mimi was singing. And at that time, everybody wasn't trying to be a superstar. It was far-fetched, this, that, and the third. It was like, it wasn't the normal, typical thought like it is right now. You know what I mean? And so we just said, read it. And when we just did that, we had to wait for the girls to stop screaming before we continued. And it was just like, I knew, like, this is what I'm doing the rest of my life. So it's like my first show was standing on. You know what I'm talking about? And girls going crazy. And they just knew, like, this was what I'm going to do. One time I stole my mother's car, took my whole crew to D.C. because a dude in New York heard about my crew. And he called, gassed us up. And at this time, DJ Ron G, was like the mixtape king in New York. And it was Howard Homecoming. And the dude was telling us, I'm going to fly y'all to D.C., boom, 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 boom. It never happened. So I called a meeting and rounded all my homeboys up at this spot, a barbecue spot called Earl Duke's in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And I told him, I was like, yo, we going to D.C., boom, 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 right? So it went like this. Like, my mom wouldn't even let me drive the car in town, like, because she knew I'm a joyriding kind of guy. I'm not going to take the car, just go do it. I said I was going to do. I'm going to be going to see girls. I'm going to ride through the campus and do all of that. So anyway, right, what happened was I told my boys to be ready at a certain time. I went to Claflin College. There's 2 colleges in my town. That's South Carolina State University. It was 3. South Carolina State University, Claflin University, which was Claflin College at the time, and OC Tech, Orangeburg Technical College, right? And I went to Claflin, went to the boys' dorm. And I went in the lobby, and Cass was watching TV, whatever. And I was like, yo, anybody in here from D.C.? And this one dude named Aaron was like, I am. I was like, you want to go home now? I didn't even know this dude like that, right? So we went to D.C. and took my crew up there, whatever. We couldn't find a place to stay because all the hotels were taken up because it was Howard Homecoming and we didn't even know it, right? So we ended up staying at this dude who I didn't even know like that, Aaron, in his grandma's basement, right? And so what happened was I didn't call my mom, you know what I'm saying, until we was about to be on the way back. But the long story short, we met Ron G at the Howard Inn on Georgia Avenue, right? And Mobb Deep was some youngins at the time. I don't even know if they even dropped their first album yet. You know what I'm saying? They was like young, and their manager was digging me. I was young too. I was a little shorty, but you know how sometimes older women like, a young dude, whatever, their manager was digging on me. Little Spanish little thing looked like, you know what I mean? I think she stayed on 91st in Manhattan, something like that, you know what I mean? Columbia, something like that, whatever, right? But check. Got on the elevator with Ron G because he heard us singing in the lobby, right? He's like, yo, y'all come up and chill with me in my room. Boom, boom, boom. Let's kick it. Boom, boom, boom. So he's like, yo, what y'all little dudes doing up here? Boom, 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 boom. He's like, yo, man, this dude named Blase told us to, he's going to bring us up here, Blase. Now check this out. Out of everywhere in the whole Washington, D.C., why the dude who gassed us up to come up there was on the elevator with us. And Ron G was like, him? He ain't nobody. And I learned a valuable lesson. And so check this out, right? When I got home with my mom called. My mom was like, because when I called her at first, she's like, I got an APB out on you, the law looking for you, the police, like, out, boom, 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 whatever. I got home and my mom's super strict. My mom really would have tried to kill me behind something like that, like really like beat me to death, damn near. You feel me? But she didn't. And what happened was she was like, if you that serious about this music, I would never mess with you about your music again. She knew that. Then my mom went on to tell me a story about when a lady gassed her up and she went to Manhattan and the lady, my mom could really sing. They say she was like one of the most soul vocalists to come out of South Carolina. And, you know, in her generation, she won at the Apollo when Al Green and the real dudes was throwing it down. My mom won twice, just to let you know what type of level, skill level my mom was coming with or whatever, right? But anyway, my mom was like, you know, the same thing happened to me in so many words. And then at that time, because I didn't even know my mom had a band, that she was really trying to do her thing like that. That's when I found out. And so I love my mom for that even though she had a passion for the music, she really didn't shove it down my throat. It's like I naturally had a gift for it and a knack for it myself. And it was just like, wow, that's what's up. So that as far as my parents concerned, my mother's concerned, that's my, you know, experience with my mom and how her take on me and doing this music and being zealous about it, you know? MCing is so much deeper than a lot of people think. And it's like, it's a platform to heal. It's a platform to save people. You know, it's a platform to raise children, you know what I'm saying, indirectly through the lyrics. It's a platform to, you know, bring families together and so forth. Like, I use my gift to uplift. I use my gift, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, be very artistic. I don't use profanity in my music, but it's still thorough. It's still hard body. You know, anybody who know me, you wouldn't even, you forget that I'm not even cursing. But it's like, you know, I make it where the family can vibe with it. You know, I bring it back to the root and the essence, you know, because early hip hop, you wasn't hearing all that profanity in the early hip hop. You feel what I'm saying? So I just strive to continue that legacy and keep that going forward. I want to make music that my mom, my parents can listen to, my children can listen to, you know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of children, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I got a squad, you hear me? I'm not even going to say the number right now. Bow. But listen, I love my kids, my babies, and, you know, since these dudes out here want to talk reckless and talk stupid, you know what I'm talking about, then I'm king, you know what I mean? So the king got to, you know, carry himself and conduct himself and adjust in the proper fashion. You know, I don't use my gift to be running around here striving to prove to you rappers that I'm nice, striving to battle you guys. It's like, dudes run up in my face, spitting in my face and all that, man. I don't even want your saliva in my face and all that. I don't knock the culture of battling, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, dude, if you so nice, you know what I'm saying, get these kids off Molly. You know what I'm saying? If you so nice, you know what I'm saying, help somebody stop putting coke in their veins. If you so nice, you know what I'm saying, help clean up our community. You know what I'm saying? If you so ill with your skills, show your power. Where your power at? But you want to take your power and come and battle your brother. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's cool when you're in high school and you striving to use that as a medium to, you know, sharpen your skills. You know, yo, man, meet me in the lunchroom. Let's battle. You know, meet me in the bathroom. Let's go in. Meet me at the school. You know, I'm going to bang you. That's one thing. But, you know, you 20-something, 30-something years old. If you not using battling to get money, like from a business standpoint, like boxing, then that's, I mean, really, like, out in your career with a verse and all that, like, come on, man, I'm beyond that. It's about making, you know, records, legendary records. You know, it's about my legacy. It's about leaving behind potency. You know what I'm saying? Because projects make legends. You know, I love cannabis. He ill, but where's cannabis? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are those dudes like that? It's like after somebody knock them out in the battle, they take their so-called respect, it's over. You can't kill Tupac. It's forever. Those, you know, Me Against the World, you know, these type of records and so forth. It's like, you know, you can't kill Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Make the song cry. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not going nowhere. And that's what I want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? A great artist who make great records. And I use the art of rapping and MCing and singing as tools to express myself. Getting people to really respect the singing and the rapping or the MCing, you know, because people like to take you or pieces of you that they like and they say, that's what you are. I'm multi-dimensional. You understand? I'm a prism. You understand me? Like, I reflect all kind of light. You know, I'm not one-sided. And I might have shown you one side, but there's so many other sides and all of that, you know, that I possess. So just because I showed you one side, that's not my totality of who I am. You feel me? So, you know, be patient, because those who really know me, they know that I'm really a street dude. I've been out of school since the 9th grade. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a family man. You know, I'm not in my family situation no more. But, you know, I took care of my ex-wife with my art. You know what I'm saying? With no radio play and all that. For 10 years, she ain't punch a clock. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I raised 5 of my children in the house with me. You know what I'm saying? While we was together, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a grown man, dude. Like, I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I own Malachi Enterprises, LLC. You know, I used to own Hustlin' Boy Records, but, you know, I evolved past that and I'm enterprising now because, you know, you don't know where I'm coming from now with my brand. Like, I might have some wine, you know, belts, shoes. I might be doing movies, have movies out, you know, whatever, you know, spring water or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't know what I'm going. I'm a freak my brand. That's like I'm a serious entrepreneurial spirit, and I come from entrepreneurs. You know what I'm talking about? It's like I'm not just sitting around vibing with this music, man. I love it. Like, you know, you're not gonna meet too many people that's that much more zealous than me when it comes to this art and this craft. Ask anybody who know me for real. My chi is beyond me. Like, it's supernatural, the chi I possess. You feel me? For those who don't know, that's energy. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, you know, I come from brothers who are self-made millionaires in my family. One of my uncles, you know what I'm saying, was digging graves, became a self-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? 3 of my uncles who went to college, the only 3 that ever went to college on my mom's side, all of them was student body president. I come from intellectuals. So, you know, my intellect isn't based on a piece of paper. You know, it's in my blood. My father owned a trucking company. He did shows. He was a show promoter. He's a dope boy, a street hustler. My grandfather on my mother's side, you know, had 150 acres of land, you know what I'm saying, was a sharecropper, you know, had all kind of tobacco, had cows and pigs and all kind of hunting dogs. And, you know, like, I'm a real country dude from the South for real. Dirt roads, tobacco, driving John Deere tractors and all that, to Harlem World, to New York City and mastering New York. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I am that. I'm the balance, you know what I'm saying, between what they would consider the slaves who was in the South to the ones who left and went up top and got technical. You know what I'm saying? Through industry and all of that. That's why they so lyrical up north, because, you know, just seeing so much of the vast cultures and mind being open to seeing so much, you have more to talk about than somebody in some little country town. But in the South, we got the soul. We got the feeling because we got our hands in the earth, where you disconnected from the earth. But we all need one another, you know, so we need y'all to enlighten us on more worldly views of things and culture, and y'all need us to help y'all understand what these insects are and this type of soil and when to plant something this time of the year and when to fish with this type of bait to catch this fish, how deep to have your cork, you know what I'm saying, to get this type of fish, or to go shallow to get this type of fish because this type of fish feed right here. Use this type of buckshot to shoot this. Use this type of shot, you know what I'm saying, to shoot that. Like, you don't shoot, you know what I'm saying, the same buckshot to kill a quail, you know what I'm saying, that you would use to kill a deer, because you'll rip the meat up. You know what I'm saying? If the buckshot is too much. So, you know, you need a stronger buckshot that busts through that skin on that deer. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, I was in Harlem World, you know what I'm saying, living on 145th Street between Amsterdam and Convent with my crew, you know, from South Carolina. We was broke. You know, I got out here, me and my man Fatigue, we had $15 a piece. You know what I'm saying? Put $15 a piece when it got a half an ounce of cream, you know what I'm saying, for Edgecombe, you know what I'm saying, from the Jamaicans, and bounce all the way back. Bounce all the way back. Now I'm taking trips, going back home, going to DC, dressing, getting fly, getting jewelries, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? From $15 a piece, me and my homie. I'm a hustler, man, in every sense of the word. And now I took that and translated that energy into my music. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call me Hustling Boy. You know what I'm saying? Or that's why they call me AKA James Brown, hardest working man in showbiz, which now I'm striving to be smartest working man in showbiz with the hardest working man in showbiz work ethic. I'm proud that I don't have to really be out here in search with my hand out begging for a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that the Most High allowed my music, because it say in the scriptures that your gift will make room for you. You feel me? And my gift has made room for me on so many levels. I'm out here surviving with none of the things that they say you supposed to have, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, I got clientele, you know, I get paid to do records with artists, you know, I'm traveling, I keep a passport in my pocket, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing, you know what I mean? And, you know, taking care of my family. I'm not making all the money in the world. I'm not gonna sit in front, but I'm striving and my clientele is constantly growing. I've been consistent, you know, I'm just thankful, man, that, you know, I don't have to work a day job, that I have a clientele that supports my lifestyle and it's growing. So all praise due to the Most High for that I can live off my art, man. Salute to the Creator, you know what I mean? What I want people to remember, that I was inspirational, that I was super driven, that I was humble, that I was consistent, you know, that I was zealous about my art form, you know what I'm saying, that I had compassion and love for people, you know what I mean? And I made music that helped people's lives, that, you know, enlightened people on so many different levels, you know what I'm saying, that gave them self-esteem, you know what I'm saying, that it gave them the power to get up off their behind and get out here and make something happen, to go get that girl that you might have been scared to go talk to, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, just, you know, to just have some integrity and dignity about yourself, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, I just want to be known as an artist who really had a great message. My name, Malachi, means messenger or angel. Malak, king, you feel me, in Hebrew. So it's like I just have to live up to it, man, and I strive to be that, you know, and until I pass away from here, you know, that's just what it's going to be forever. I never die. My physical may pass away, but I'm here forever. I'm eternal. God in the flesh. Praise the Most High in heaven for being made, for letting me be made in the image and the likeness of the Creator. You see the woolly hair, we here, baby. You know what it is. You see it, you know what it is. Praise the Most High and the angelic beings for shining light on us and letting us exist right now. And let's have all these many talents. Shout out to all the cultures, all the races of people on the planet right now. I salute y'all and all y'all beauty and what you bring good to the table. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have our good and our bad. You know what I'm saying? So I learn from you all. You know what I'm saying? I just want to humbly say peace and salute from King Malachi. Bless to the planet.